Hello, my name is Anneli Thomasson, and on this channel, The Soul of a Knitter, I will share how I try to live a slow life in the south of Sweden, and at the same time trying to make it as a knitwear designer. Thank you for being here with me. Good morning. Today I went up early. It's a really cold morning, no clouds, and I went out to the woods with my camera, and I thought I should see if I can get some nice pictures. The sun is about to rise behind me. I was a little early, so I think it will be an amazing sunrise soon, but I think I have to wait a little longer. So I thought I should talk to you guys. In the meantime, it's a little cold holding the camera. But I just want to wish you a happy new year, and I hope that 2025 will bring a lot of joy to everybody. So happy new year. Hello, welcome to the Knitting Journal. It has been a while, and it has actually in the late November my family experienced a really scary thing, and that has everybody is fine now, everybody is okay, so no worries, but I have not been myself after that. I have experienced a lot of inner stress, and I have had problem with some brain fog and not been able to concentrate for a longer time. I have not been able to keep my focus, and it has been quite tough, but I'm getting there. I feel my energy is starting to return, and I feel that I am starting to be creative again, because that was completely lost. But yeah, I'm getting there, and I'm feeling excited again. So and I can say that knitting has been my friend through this, but I have not been able to do complicated knitting. I have not been able to do color work or lace or something like that. And if you have watched previous episodes, you know that I love color work. So I have just put that projects aside and just been focusing on knitting whatever I want. So yeah, I'm getting there, and as I said, I am starting to feel my energy returning, and I feel that I will also record more frequently now, I hope, because I have not had the energy to record these episodes. So but I have been kind to myself. I have given myself the time to recover, and yeah, I think that is why I now feel that I am on my way back on track. let's start. I am wearing my Lithium Shawl. This is a shawl pattern that I released this summer. It is an easy shawl pattern, something I did when I was just feeling like when you don't want to be concentrating on, you just want your hands to work and you don't have to think too much about it. So I did this, and it is a garter shawl with these stripes in sections. It is a asymmetrical triangle shawl, ends with a rib. This one is knitted up in soft merino thin from Imagine Wool in the colorway Olive. And I will link to all of the patterns that I've talked about below, and also to my Instagram and my Ravelry shop. So you can find this pattern in my Ravelry shop, and I will link to that. So yes, I have 2 finished objects and 3 whips to show you. The first finished object is I made another Martall Hat, which is a pattern that I will release in a month maybe. Before I knitted one, and I was trying to make 2 sizes, so this is the larger size. It is the same pattern, same stitch count, but I have used a different needle, and so it's a different gauge. But yes, it is cables and some fun decreases. The yarn I have used for this one is a merino yarn that I have dyed myself, and it is a DK weight, 200 meters per 100 gram skein. And for this one, I used up 97 grams, so it was I was a little afraid that it would not be enough, but it was. But you know, it is a little scary to know that it's so precise, but yeah, I think this is the best I can do with if I want to make it in 2 sizes, because there is no way, I can't put another rib here, because then it will be way too big, because I have tried that. So yes, Martall Hat. Another finished object is something that you have not seen. My youngest son, loves the combination of red and black, and I did have some red merino yarn in my stash that I didn't know what to do with it, so I asked him if I could knit him a sweater. There was not enough red yarn, but I did have some black and some different grays. So I thought, well, I can make a stripe sweater, and this will be a fun sweater, not a pattern. This is just for me to knit without think about it, and just having fun making the stripes, fun with the colors, and so this is the result. It is a big sweater. He wants his sweater big, so I have used my own pattern, paper print sweater. I have used the increases in the yoke. It's the same increases, but that is the only similar thing. So this is how it looks like, and the sleeves are different, and yeah, just a fun sweater. DK weight yarn. I think I used I think I used needle 4 millimeters. And what is that in US? 6 maybe? US 6? I am not 100% sure about that, but I think it is a US 6. So, yeah. A fun sweater. It is finished. I have not weaved in all the ends because there is a lot, and I have not blocked it, so it looks a little wonky, but it will look better when blocking. But I wanted to show this to you now because the next time sorry, the next time I record, I will have gifted this to him, so that is why I showed you this now. As I said, I have not had the brain capacity to make my colorwork patterns until recently. So they have just, I don't have to show them to you because it has not happened anything except for on my Korax sweater. And this, it is not, I haven't made a lot, but I have, I'm finished with the body. And I have made this on the sleeve, one sleeve. So I made the same pattern on the body and on the sleeve as far as I did on the body, and then I have make this pattern, and I will make this for as long as I want the sleeve. I will check, maybe it's not that long, it is a bit more. I will do this because it's a straight sleeve, and I will do this pattern as long as I want the sleeve, and then I will do one section of this, and I will decrease a lot, so it's going to be a little bit of a balloon sleeve. So that is what I have done. When I have finished the first sleeve, I will write down the pattern and will call for test knit. So if you are interested in test knit this one, go and follow me on Instagram, because there is where I do my test calls. So yes, Korax sweater. It has not been blocked, so it looks a little wonky right now, I think. And it is, you know, it's all over color work. So right now the fabric is quite dense, but with blocking, because I did block this section, and it is a big difference between how they are acting right now. So I know that it will soften a lot. The yarn I'm using for this one I have talked about before, but I can show you again. It is Svensk ull, which means Swedish wool, from Järbo. And this is the color Gotland Grey, Swedish Black, and Bower Forest. Around the New Year, every year, I am trying to check my yarn stash and if I have any projects, whips that is laying around, if there is if I want to, finish them, or should I rip them out. And I did rip 2 projects out this New Year, but I did find a really old whip I checked my notes, and it is from 2022, so it's an old project, but I have started knitting on it again. So this sweater, yarn is pulling it. This is just a plain sweater, straight arms. I will pick up stitches and do a turtleneck. Split hem. This is something that I have, there's no pattern for this. This is something I have whipped out myself. I know the thing, why I stopped knitting on it was because I have used a yarn. See, I had a label here. Manos del Uruguay Fino. And this is a hand-dyed yarn. And back then I didn't know about alternating skeins, which you always should do if you knit with hand-dyed yarn. And as you can see, it is quite blue here. But here I changed skein, and as you can see, it's a little more brown. And the sleeve is more brown. You see here the difference between here and the rest of the sleeve. So I think I was a little disappointed on myself. So that is why I stopped knitting. But now when I found it again, does it matter? So I will say that I am using this Manos Fino from Manos del Uruguay. This is what it looks like. It's a single ply yarn, which I now know it's not the best for sweaters. And I am pairing this with Fin Mohair Silke from Järbo. So yeah, I will finish it and I will use it at home. It's really soft. I will love wearing it. I think it will be, I see myself sitting in the sofa with my knitting and this sweater on and just pajama pants. So yeah, that is what I picture. It's nice to, I have just put in a couple of hours and then you have a whole sweater ready when you find, because I didn't say, but I had knitted, before I stopped knitting on it, I have knitted the whole body and this much on the sleeve. So the only thing I have knitted now is this part, and I have started the next sleeve. And you know, one sleeve and then the turtleneck, and it's finished. Perfect. So I have made myself a promise that because of everything that has happened and because that I felt so much inner stress, you know, I am trying to live a slow life. So I have made myself a promise that I will only have 3 projects at the same time, and that will be one a little more complicated knit, like color work or lace, or you know, something there where you have to that maybe you don't sit in front of the TV, where you need to stay a little more focused. And the next one will be an easier knit. Could also be a design of mine, but it will be an easy knit, and I will try to use yarn from my stash on those easy knits. And the third one I will have at the same time is a blanket. And this last summer, we were in Norway at a place called Åndalsnes. I have been there many times. I love that place. And that is also where Rauma has their mill. So, of course, I went there because they have this kind of like outlet. And when I was there, they sold this yarn, Resirkulert, which means recycled. So this is not recycled yarn. Yes, it is a recycled yarn, but it is yarn that wool that has been, you know, scraps from their production of other yarns. So instead of throwing that away, they have made this yarn. And I am at the same time, I'm trying to read on the label at the same time that I'm talking it, but it is in Norwegian. So in my head, I first have to translate it from Norwegian to Swedish and from Swedish to English. So I'm sorry, I am maybe I'm not making any sense right now. But this is, you know, they're making this yarn out of, you know, the waste they have in their production, and they do this because they want to throw away as little wool as possible, because they think that wool is gold. So they don't want to throw it away. So I bought this. They had a package of 20 balls. So I bought one of them, and this is the it doesn't say any what is color. I think maybe this is kind of like, you know, I think they sell it there in their outlet because there is maybe a little wrong with it. It may be the first when they do yarn, I think the first and the last bit in the production chain, maybe there will be some quality issues, and then they sell this in their outlet. So I think maybe that is why it doesn't says what color it is. But it is a beautiful brown grayish color. And as I said, I had 20 of these. So I decided, I bought it because I wanted to make a blanket. So I have started to knit a blanket, and this will be an easy knit. This is just 2x2 rib. I have used 3 balls for this much. So I think maybe I will use 15 or 16 balls of yarn, and then I will do some tassels, or yeah, what do you call here in the and I will, you know, it's kind of like well, it is a rib, so it will pull itself together, but I think I can block it so it will stay in one shape. So yeah, easy knit, just to sit in front of the telly watching some cross-country skiing or something, which is a big thing here in Sweden. Yes, that is everything I have right now. I will say when I am ready with the old Wip sweater, I think I will try to do another Martall hat, but this time I will use a sport weight yarn. This is a yarn that I have dyed myself, 100% merino, and I will use it together with this Midnattssol from Korax. So you know, this version is a DK weight, but I will try to make it in a sport weight with a this is not a silk mohair though, it is a little thicker. This is 54% baby alpaca, 36% tencel and 10% merino wool. So this is a little thicker than like silk mohair. Maybe that is better fit. But this is for my sweater, so. But this is what I have in my stash, so I thought I will try to do a hat in this to see if that is, because if it is okay, then I can give you another option. So yeah. So the other things that I have shown you before with Stig's mitten and Ragnarok sweater, I will start knitting on them when I am finished with Korax sweater, because I don't want to have too much complicated knits at the moment. And I think maybe this is a good strategy throughout the year, or maybe forever, because I think that I can sometimes, you know, I get an idea and I want to make it, I will try it as soon as I can, and then I get a little stressed because I have 4 or 5 projects that are complicated. So I will try to be a little more disciplined and just have one complicated knit and allow myself to knit without thinking sometimes. So yeah, this is all the knits that I have. I hope you are having a wonderful time, and I will see you later. Bye bye. Do you make New Year's resolutions? It has been a lot of years since I made a New Year's resolution, but I will always, around New Year, think about what I want to get a little more focus on for the year to come. And for this year, I am putting a little more focus on the balance between my mind, body, and soul. And how will I do that? Well, I want to put a little extra time in making more long runs, because that is something that I love. And that is something that not just trains my body, it's also very good for my mind and my soul. And for my mind, I will be a little more consequential, is that the word, with my meditation practice, because I am very good in periods, but then I lose it sometimes. With my soul, I want to spend more time in nature, and except for the long runs for my body, I will focus a little more on my strength and flexibility. So is there something that you want to pay extra attention to this year to come? Or are you happy with how it is right now? Let me know in the comments.